Hello. Oh fuck, yeah, sorry, you keep forgetting sometimes. Hello. Hello. Hello, Zulu. Hello. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, let's see. This one is new. Okay, let's see this one first. Gain elusive on crit. Increase. What the fuck? They buffed elusive effect. Trigger level 30 assassin mark on attack critical strike against rare or unique enemy. And you have no mark skills that cost no money. Marked enemy cannot evade that. What the fuck? Yeah, death marked is actually fucking strong. Crit multi, crit chance, increase movement speed. So okay, basically this one changed a lot. It's like a free assassin's mark. Power charge, maximum power. This one is the same, I believe. Yeah, maximum power charge on crit. Yeah, this one is the same, I believe. Mystical infusion. Base spell crit chance of spells is equal to that main hand weapon. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's a huge buff. It's actually a good thing for a Blade Vortex. It's a lot of crit. It's a lot of fucking crit, like the base crit. How much? Oh, 40 seconds. Fuck. A knife in the back. More crit chance against enemies that are on low life. Crit multiplier against enemies that are on low. Cloning strike. Oh, it's one of the two. For the jugular. Multiplier against enemies that are not on low life. Oh, okay. And opportunistic damage cannot be reflected. More damage while I mean, it's still kinda bad because it has no defense mechanics, and I actually need to calculate it to see.
I'm Jonathan Rogers from Grinding Gear Games, and welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile: Keepers of the Flame, which is coming out 1 week from now on October the 31st. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim your Hiveborn Crawler pet by following the instructions below. Without further ado, let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile: Keepers of the Flame.
Yes, shit.
We, the Keepers of the Flame, serve the will of the Dreamer. His instructions whispered from beyond the wall of sleep. But now, the Hiveborn are here, on Rayclast, and they seek to poison our world.
What the fuck? I kinda don't get it. Is it actually like
close their breaches, destroy their hives, slay their breach lords.
Minion Hall, actually. I can't even remember the last league with Minion Halls. This is kinda cool. I missed Minion Hall leagues.
And by his gifts, the Dreamer provides.
What the fuck is this?
They brought this war to our world. But we shall end it, whatever it takes.
Genesis tree. What the fuck is graphs? Wow, this is bloodline classes. What the fuck is this? 3 new wearables? I mean, yes. This is wait, did they add? What was the last one? Did they add in-game trading? Let them cook. Let them cook. Cookly.
As you can see, this expansion is a true sequel to the Breach League, first introduced to the game in 2016. We felt like it was time to progress the story of Breach, bringing with it a slew of new updates to the base game. In today's stream, we'll take you on a deep dive into Path of Exile Keepers of the Flame, beginning with the League mechanic, covering all the fearsome challenges it presents, and the new twisted ways you'll be able to empower your character.
Bloodline ascendancies?
After that, we'll dive into the new ascendancy options possible with Bloodline
Asynchronous
classes.
trade.
Then
Yeah,
we'll
it's
cover
a
the
fine
much
trade.
anticipated
Yes!
asynchronous trade
Yes!
system coming to Path of Exile 1.
Yes, shit,
After
yes.
we'll move into the new Uber Pinnacle
That might
boxes,
just be what I
how to
need to
access
make
them,
currency.
and some new drops worthy of the added difficulty. Finally, we'll cover some notable quality of life improvements before moving on to our supporter packs and challenge rewards.
Yes, supporter
We'll then have a
packs.
live
Take
Q&A
my
session
money,
where we
take
will
my
ask Path of
money.
Exile's game directors Mark and myself your questions from Twitch chat. And after the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 AM New Zealand time or 3 PM Pacific. So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. Breach is a beloved league that has had an iconic history in PoE. We intend to honour that legacy with our first ever sequel league, Keepers of the Flame. This develops
Run
every
out of
aspect
ideas,
Breach,
Omegaloo.
adding new layers to discover,
Sequel
richer
league.
lore, scarier bosses, and entirely new mechanics. That said, this is
Entirely
still Breach,
new, yeah,
so you will
sure.
still be opening breaches and slaying hordes of otherworldly monsters.
But this is cool.
Breach Lords have found the means
I
to
do like it, I
stabilize
do
the
like
connection
it.
between
Like
their
the-
realm and Rayclust.
It's
Now,
mostly
with
like
their
it
grip
feels
tightening,
like
we
a
learn their true
rework
goal in our
league.
world: conquest. The threat they pose has now escalated to home soil. On the coast in Act 1, you'll encounter Aelith, the founder of the Keepers of the Flame. This is a monastic order sworn to defend Rayclast from the Breach Lords. The exit to the Mudflats has been barricaded by Hiveborn, breach monsters that are working to claim every inch of Rayclast. Aelith can grant you a small spark of the power of the Flame, allowing you to blast away their barricade and move onwards. Once you enter the Mudflats, you'll find it infested with breach monsters. They appear to be constructing a kind of hive, creating strange shapes and structures that absolutely don't belong. Time to purge them with fire. Aelith needs you to protect her as she empowers the
it
flame
has
to do so.
waves. I don't think
Hold off the
I
assault long
like
enough,
it, to be honest.
and she'll be able to demolish the hive with cleansing flame. In other areas, the gap between worlds is strained. Here, you'll find a more familiar encounter with a new twist. A massive breach hand sunders the space between dimensions, and touching it will open an unstable breach,
Yes,
causing
Blade
monsters to flood
Vortex,
in.
yes.
If you can slaughter them quickly enough, you can stabilize the breach. This brazen action can draw the attention of Vroon, Marshal of Zesht, who will do everything it can to stop you. Defeating this boss will permanently seal the breach, severing another connection between the Breach Lord's world and Rayclast. These stabilized breaches are similar to what a breach once was, but with upgraded monsters, a success condition to shoot for, UI tracking to keep the player informed of their progress through the encounter, and satisfying feedback when you do manage to complete the encounter. We've taken all the lessons we've learned since the release of Breach 9 years ago and improved upon it in every way we can. However, much of the joy of Breach came from its simplicity. While we want to
True.
modernize the mechanic, we don't want to
Actually,
undermine the core experience. You're still mostly just slaughtering hordes of enemies in a circle.
Yes, yes.
Finally, in
That's what
in-game
I've been
areas, you
waiting
might run into
for.
breach constructions that have been left unopposed for too long and have grown into their full twisted glory. Breach hives. Towering
No, no, shit, do not lag, please. Yeah, it's down for everyone, I guess. Or no?
flesh-crafted cities in the sky. These are the visions of the Breach Lords made real in Rayclast, teeming with breach monsters. You must raid and destroy these cities with the help of Aelith and her flame. In some of these hives, you may even encounter some of the Breach Lords themselves, who will not be happy you're intruding on their planned conquest. Now, let's talk loot. Of course, being in exile is hard work, and you're unlikely to help entirely out of the goodness of your heart. Fortunately, Aelith has power and rewards aplenty, born of the Breach Realm itself, to offer you for your assistance. Help
What the
her,
fuck?
and she'll bring you to the Monastery of the Keepers,
Okay,
the
so-
hallowed halls of her order. Here, you'll find the Genesis Tree, the growing heart of the Keeper's power. On interacting with it, you'll find that this tree has a tree. That's right. It couldn't be Path
Wow,
of
thank
Exile
you.
unless the tree.
What the
also
fuck
had a
is
tree.
with my cam?
More
Stop.
importantly, the Genesis Tree is an engine of unholy creation, and a profitable one. As you complete breach encounters and work more with Aelith, you'll be able to grow the Genesis Tree larger and larger, sprouting additional limbs. Each of these limbs, you'll notice, has their own inventories. These can be used for an unusual method of crafting new items. With this system, you'll be able to grow currency, uniques, equipment, and a new kind of otherworldly item, grafts. Grafts are breach hands grown directly from the Genesis Tree, born of the same flesh and sinew as the invading monsters. These fuse directly to your body, in a completely safe process. Don't worry about it.
Surely.
With grafts, you can harness the power of the breach. Some provide passive benefits like this, or this, but they can also grant a wide selection of powerful skills. These graft skills can provide a flexible way to fill gaps in your build, offering everything from damage to potent defensive buffs and crowd control. For example, the battering all graft will cause
What
massive
the
arms to
fuck
erupt
is
from the earth,
this?
stunning all those they hit. For some additional pack clearing power, you could consider the Squalling Tool Graft. When commanded, this graft will cast Dance in the White, creating a deadly ice tornado which aggressively seeks enemies and fires off bursts of ricocheting projectiles when you critically strike with skills. For some further utility and a useful buff, try out the Storming Ash Graft. This can be commanded to call down a ring of bolts from the sky that will leave behind the new Radiant Ground. Radiant Ground grants a potent damage buff to allies standing within it and makes their hit damage lucky.
Lucky
If you're simply after raw damage, look no further than the Erupting Zoth Graft, which causes massive eruptions of fire where you command, which then re-erupt when you Warcry. There are a total of 16 different graft types you can grow, each with their own skill. You can even unlock a second graft slot as you progress through Aelith's questline, so feel free to mix and match Flesh Zone horrors to your heart's content. Now, grafts aren't just here to make you stronger, they are also your means of feeding the Genesis Tree, which needs constant supplies of graft blood to grow anything useful. You can do this by defeating breach monsters, which will leave behind blood that your graft will automatically collect. When you feed this blood to the tree, your allocated passives will be put to work. This section of the Genesis Tree can be used to grow new grafts for you, which the Genesis Tree will then birth in a gruesome display. Basic passives on the tree might increase item rarity of birthed grafts, or the chance to birth additional grafts. These passives can target specific types of grafts, and this passive causes grafts to be birthed with a random amount of quality. Quality improves the amount of blood that can be stored by your grafts.
Oh, okay.
This section of the Genesis Tree births currency items. Basic passives can result in more or better currency. Allocate this
Rarest
passive
outcome.
to sometimes cause a shower of currency to burst forth from the flesh of
Damn
the tree.
additional.
Yeah, it's a bit gross, but working with the organic matter of a bunch of dead otherworldly
What the fuck
creatures
is the
is
regal
never going to be a
implant?
clean affair.
Unstable
Grafts themselves are
implants.
born of a different world, so are unmodifiable by most currencies.
Oh, I guess, yeah, it's
However,
to modify
with
the
this
hands,
passive,
the
the
graft.
Genesis Tree can occasionally grow fleshy mockeries of currency orbs.
Ew.
These function like augmentation orbs, regal orbs, or exalted orbs, but they work on your grafts instead of normal gear. Yep, it's graft crafting. Allocating this passive can result in foul-born currencies. This foul-born exalted orb,
This
for
is actually
instance,
a cool
behaves as a
idea.
normal exalted orb, except it
Because
guarantees a
previous
higher team modifier.
trinkets you
By
couldn't
locking
craft
out a
by
large
yourself.
portion of the lower rolls, a normal Exalted Orb would be able to hit.
Fuck, I missed
The largest section of the Genesis tree is used to grow rare equipment items. For these, you have a lot of agency to influence the type and modifiers on your grown item. For example, you can specifically target boots with a dexterity requirement, with an increased chance for speed modifiers, and reduced chance for cold modifiers.
It's an actual crafting
Or
league as well.
maybe you'd prefer to look for a
Crafting
two-handed
league,
axe
mega
with
loot.
increased chance for physical modifiers. This section
Wow,
of the
this
tree
is actually
is for growing
fucking
unique items.
cool.
Similar to the equipment section, there are passives that let you target growing specific types of uniques or rarer uniques. The process of growth is not always a perfect one, however, and can result in some defects. This passive can result in birth uniques becoming foulborn, which mutates one of the existing modifiers on the item into a new one, resulting in some interesting new ways to use that
Wow,
unique.
okay, this is
For
fucking...
example, this foulborn Quill Rain no longer has
What the
increased projectile
fuck?
speed, but instead has increased area of effect.
Jesus Christ, it
Another foulborn
actually
Quill
looks
Rain could
fucking
replace the mana gain on
insanely
hit
strong.
with the much more powerful modifier where
Doesn't
insufficient
prevent your
mana
bow
doesn't
attacks.
prevent your bow attacks. Here are some other examples.
Chaos Res fucking Gold Ring, Jesus
This passive
Christ.
even
man.
gives a rare chance for foulborn uniques to have multiple different modifiers mutated. I'm sure you'll come up with some extremely powerful uses for these.
Yeah, this will be really
We'll
fucking
leave it
funny.
up to you to discover what this mysterious part of the Genesis tree can grow. So, ultimately, you'll be slaying masses of breach monsters, harvesting blood with the aid of your grafts, feeding that to the Genesis tree, growing some items and better grafts, and back again to the slaughter. As with all our challenge leagues, this league will come with a set of 40 challenges to pursue, and completing them will award you with the Keeper of the Flame armor set, allowing you to truly embrace becoming a monk
This looks like
and worshipping the
ass.
Dreamer.
Fucking useless quest.
Now, graph skills
Yeah,
won't be
that's
the
the
only
whole
new
fucking
tools to
thing.
play
Yeah,
with.
this is
In
fucking dog
327,
shit.
we're also adding a collection of new
Previous
skill
one was,
and support
really
gems.
cool.
Let's go over them now. Kinetic Rain is a new wand attack which covers the ground in unstable kinetic energy. These hazards collapse at the slightest touch, releasing their energies
This one
into
looks
any
like a
unfortunate soul
new
who
OP
happens to be
gem.
standing on them. With enough projectiles and area of effect, an enterprising exile could carpet the world in dangerous kinetic force. Wall
It's
of
like
Force
Roar,
creates a
but for
barrier of
once.
kinetic power, causing allied projectiles to ricochet towards targets automatically. Drop one behind a boss and redirect the bolts of your armies. I'm sure you'll find ways to break this one.
Fuck? Okay.
Conflagration is a new bow attack which rains down fiery bolts from above that stick into the ground and pulse as you approach. Once you get close enough, these bolts
Okay,
detonate,
EA Roar.
causing ravaging ignites.
This looks
These
cool
bolts
too.
chain react, allowing you to create fields of incendiary destruction. Thunderstorm is a bow attack, which creates a whirling storm of wind and lightning where it lands. While you're
Fuck.
within the storm,
This
it will
actually
rapidly
looks
grow until it becomes violently thunderous,
much more
with lightning
stronger
infused
than
clouds.
Tornado Shot.
At this point, leaving the storm will cause it to detonate, dealing damage to everything within and releasing a flurry of
Or
tornadoes
is
in
it?
all directions.
It's kind of strange.
Attacking with kinetic fusillade will create hovering orbs of energy. These linger for a few moments above you before zipping off to nearby targets, chaining between them, then detonating.
This is ass, like complete fucking
Living
garbage.
lightning support will bring to life living sparks of energy, elemental minions that zap through packs of enemies with speed and ease. Use these alongside your spellcasting to augment your pack clearing abilities, or find whatever means possible to cover the world in living sparks of ruin. Windburst support unleashes chaotic tornadoes as you attack, which ricochet around wildly and quickly. These deal moderate damage as they travel, but will explode into a highly damaging burst when they expire. So it's a choice between scaling their duration up to get better coverage, or
Look at the
down
fucking
to access
damage.
the burst more
What the
quickly.
fuck is this?
Kinetic Instability is a support gem to go along with the new wand attacks that causes enemies slain to leave behind those same orbs of shimmering energy that kinetic rain creates. One might ponder just how many orbs you can create if you were to use both. In 327, exiles will be able to absorb the power of some of the bosses they defeat. These take the form of new Ascendancy class options, called Bloodlines.
Okay.
Bloodline classes are a new means of character customization in the endgame. They are secondary Ascendancy classes that are unlocked by defeating specific endgame
Secondary
bosses.
Ascendancy classes.
They are allocated with your normal Ascendancy points, and you'll have to choose how many of your points go into the original Ascendancy
Oh, what
and
the
how many
fuck?
into your Bloodline class.
This is fucking cringe.
This means there is a nigh limitless ability to mix and match here, as you could choose to invest just a couple points into your Bloodline, or max it out, and you could take any Bloodline with any base Ascendancy class that you see fit. To unlock your Bloodline, hunt down the endgame boss whose power you desire, and defeat them, or have a friend help, and claim the power for your own.
Oh, but it's relatively slow.
There are 10
I mean,
Bloodline classes to
small.
discover. Bosses who offer this power are typically associated with past leagues, giving additional reasons to engage with that league content.
Kitties?
Let's run over
Bande.
a few examples. The Chaos Bloodline will be offered to you by the Trial Master, if you manage to succeed his final challenge. With his blessing, you can greatly augment your Vow skills in different ways.
What the fuck is this damage?
Priest of Yalmak lets you use Vow skills much more often, while Priest of Kopek makes it harder to build up Vow skills, but makes them far more powerful. Or take Corruption's Embrace, which grants more Vow Keystone powers the more corrupted items you have equipped. The Ashabi Bloodline can be gained by, you guessed it, defeating Ashabi. Her abilities are drawn from the 3 types of life force that manifest within as Marian spirits. The Wild Bear rewards you with adrenaline for generating rage. The Vivid Cat gives your elusive buffs a chance to refresh, as well as making you more stealthy while
What
elusive.
the fuck? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna
final
fucking play
hour
Assassin
allows
on this
your
league
unleashed
with this
spells to
one. This is
reoccur many
fucking
additional
insane.
times,
Jesus
and get
Christ.
stronger for each time they reoccur.
Imagine refreshing
The
fucking
Nameless Bloodline comes from the King in the Mist.
elusive. This is insane. What
His
the
menacing
fuck
power
is
comes
this?
at a great cost.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Assassin
With the
is
Unseen
top
Hand,
one.
you can equip a third
Ascendancy,
ring.
this league.
But you'll have to decide if that comes at the expense of having no amulet
I don't
No
even
bell.
fucking care about
or
another.
no flasks. Unlight Silhouette adds a hefty life cost to all your spells, but they deal additional chaos damage based on the amount of life spent. Of course, there is more to come. What powers might you glean from delving deep underneath Rayclass to fight all the Crystal King? What secrets can you learn from Lycia, Herald of the Scourge, waiting at the end of the Forbidden Sanctum? As you can imagine, there are countless possible combinations with the system. You could be a Slayer that embraces corruption and vile power, or perhaps you'll play an occultist that doubles down on their dark power
Plus
by
one
integrating the Nameless
slaughtering.
Bloodline.
Jesus fucking
We're
Christ.
excited to see what
the
crazy
fuck
and
is
interesting
this?
builds players come up with. In the most recent Path of Exile 2 expansion, the Third Edict, we introduced a much anticipated feature, fully asynchronous trade.
Yeah, this is
It was a
fucking
fantastic
huge
success.
win. Huge
So
win.
now we're excited to announce that we'll also be adding this feature into Path of Exile 1. When you reach Act 6, you'll be able to find
Act
Faustus
6.
in Lion Eye's Watch. Previously, he just operated the currency exchange. Now, he will also act as a steward for your merchants tabs.
Yes,
These are where you can
yes.
place items for sale,
Fucking
for direct
finally.
and instant purchase
50
by
years
other players,
later.
even when you're not online. To list an item, simply place it in the tab and select a currency and an amount. Once listed, other players will be able to find the item by searching for it via the trade website or the new in-game market search. To purchase something for yourself, it's as easy as hitting this button, which will teleport you to the seller's hideout, where you can view their merchants tabs, buy the item, and also view the rest of their wares in case something else catches your eye. Every purchase costs a small fee of gold, as Faustus takes his cut.
This is really
To
fucking
account for this
cool.
further drain on gold, Acquisition and cost balance elsewhere in the game has been adjusted. Anything you've managed to sell successfully will have your profits collected here, in a separate tab to claim at your leisure. To be clear, previous means of trading, such as via pre-existing premium stash tabs and the website, will still function just as before.
Why do you even need
Merchants
the
tabs
website?
and
at
the
this point?
asynchronous trading that comes with them are an entirely additive feature on top of the already existing methods to trade. You might find yourself needing the trade system to buy some upgrades, because this update also introduces 3 new Uber Pinnacle boss fights. These encounters are manifested from the memories of Zana, and in her long torment, they have festered into something truly deadly. These fights offer an imposing challenge, alongside powerful rewards. In order to gain access, similar to existing Uber Pinnacle fights, you'll need to discover fragments dropped by Tier 17 map bosses. Each attempt at the new Uber Pinnacle fights will require 5 of these. Let's dig into some of the challenges you'll need to face in these new Uber versions. In the original incarnation of Neglect fight, the statues can be used to block the laser beams to hide behind, giving you an opportunity to avoid being shocked, frozen, or killed.
Frozen.
When you run near these statues, they activate and allow you to reposition them. While activated, they will not stop the lasers, meaning you want to position them well, then avoid them. However, in the Uber version of this fight, instead of being a safe haven, the statues will refract the laser beams, causing a ruckus of energy to cover the arena. Activating them will prevent the refraction, so unlike the base fight, where you want to position them well and then avoid them, you'll be wanting to constantly keep these statues active. But then you have to deal with their assault of attacks.
Bro,
While
what the
fighting
fuck is that
incarnation of fear,
fight?
these fiery orbs will slowly clutter up the arena, locking off portions of it until you bait the boss into detonating them himself with his thrown spear.
From kindergarten difficulty
When
to fucking
Uberified, these orbs are
Bosch-like
attached by a
game.
flaming leash to the boss, rotating around him constantly. More and more will spawn as the fight goes on, making it even more imperative that you clean them up by cleverly using the boss's abilities against him. Normally in the incarnation of Dread fight, during the bullet hell phase, you have to acquire a red rose, run it to the boss, then collect a blue rose, doing the same, causing it to get heavy stunned and interrupting its mechanic. In the Uber version, you have to do the same, but in order to get the blue rose, you have to defeat the incarnation of Neglect, and to get the red rose, you have to defeat the incarnation of Fear. Good luck. Given the
Good luck.
difficulty of these bosses, their rewards should be worth your while. Let's take a look at some.
Okay.
From the Uber incarnation of Neglect fight, we have Bitter Instinct, a spiky shield that turns retaliatory strikes into preemptive ones, making it just a matter of time before the long arm of justice crushes your foes. Alternatively, you might find Festering Resentment, a poisoned blade with an unending supply of toxins built into the hilt. These toxins are put to good use, causing every spell you trigger to be capable of poisoning with all damage it deals, enabling a truly crazy trigger-centric poison ruckus. And from the Uber incarnation of Dread, the Hallowed Monarch, a counterpart to the Dark Monarch, which focuses more heavily on investing into one or a few minions, rather than growing your hordes to massive proportions. Storm Rayklar, with your
Useless
chosen few at
fucking
your side,
items.
stealing
Imagine
power from
being
your enemies
Uber
as you go.
boss mega low. But yeah,
We've got a
Headhunter for
number of
minions
quality of life
kinda
changes to bring to
funny.
327 as well.
Hey, what the fuck?
Many of which you may have seen already in some of our pre-livestream teasers, but for those who haven't, Heist is a mechanic which has long frustrated some players who
Yeah,
may
Heist is
otherwise
gonna
have
be
been interested
fucking
in the rewards it
insane
has
on
to
League
offer,
Start.
but have no desire to
Easiest
grind through
league
the
mechanic
early
to
progress of finding
get
and
money.
running low-level contracts to get
Early
all of the
on.
rogues to their maximum level. Well, starting in 327, Heist rogues will automatically begin at maximum level, so you can start your
Force a
dubious
max
criminal
level.
career without all the busy work. Points invested into your Atlas passive tree will now be refundable with gold. Just speak to Kerak to do so.
Yeah, this is cool as well.
For players who love jumping between strategies, there's also an option to
That's me,
instantly
that's
refund
me.
your entire tree,
That's
which
really
of course
cool.
can now also be done
Actually,
with
an
your regular
update for
passive tree
me,
as well.
finally.
Now you can make all your decisions with no regrets. Well, maybe some regrets. You no longer need to purchase bestiary orbs. You
I
can
haven't
now itemize beasts for free
Played
directly from your bestiary.
bestiary a lot.
From
But,
late Act
that's
1,
really
you can now
useful,
mass
because
identify
I
your
tried
items at an
to craft
NPC
some
in
things
every town.
Once
from
or
Helena
twice,
in your
and it was
hideout.
fucking frustrating
This does
to
not
buy
require Scrolls of
the
Wisdom
thing
at
is
all.
to save the beasts.
While using an alteration orb, you can now hold Alt to swap to using an
Yeah,
augmentation
this one
orb,
is insane
if
as
one
well.
is available. Opening a blight chest will now open
Blight
all other
Omega
blight chests near it.
Who fucking plays this
Rogue's
shit?
disenchanting services can now be accessed from towns and hideouts. Kerak missions now have a handy icon to show at a glance what kind of mission they are. Holding down Control and right-clicking on Stack
Gumbo
Decks
update,
will now
yes!
continuously
Oh, they
open
actually
them to
show
your inventory, notifying you in chat what the outcome
not
is.
updated version of
If you still want to open them
the
direct to the
thingy,
ground,
of the
to let your loot filter provide a
fucking
dose of
announcements in the chat.
dopamine, you can still do that too by also
They
holding
remade
Shift.
it. So it
Val orbs can be used on monsters encased in
looks
essences,
more visible.
to the
Which
same
card you
effect
get?
that remnants of corruption have. When multiple skill gems are ready to level at the same time, you'll now be able to click this button
This
to
one
level
is
them
fucking
all
huge,
up at
yeah.
once.
Quality of life updates are actually insane. this
Next
league.
up, we're going to be talking about our new League supporter packs.
Yes! Yes.
Today,
Gimme, gimme.
we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs. The Champion of
looks
Theopolis
ass, to be honest.
and the Verdant Magus packs.
I mean, sets are kind of
Each
cringe.
tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several
Ooh, this
exclusive
portal's cool.
microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect
that
your
a
character's
haste
power
mask?
or progression
Consider
in
one.
any way. The Champion of Theopolis series of supporter packs contains 6
Oh, it's a
exclusive
whole map
microtransactions.
device.
Manifest a champion's ferocity, as the Lion's Might unique finisher effect rips your enemies to shreds.
This is
Open
funny.
the Champion of Theopolis portal to end your crusade through maps in the style expected of a true victor of the arena. Defeat your enemies like a true
Just a
gladiator, wearing the
default
Grand
portal.
Champion of Theopolis armor set.
Grand
Armor awarded
Champion!
only to the most elite warriors of the
Fucking
Grand Arena.
Grand Champion of the arena!
Take
right
charge
in.
of the situation and storm into combat with the Flaming Minotaur's Quicksilver Flask effect.
The Champion's Podium map device rises up to honor the glory you've achieved as you activate it.
Ascend the stairs and stand atop the platform as you enter your maps. Each flame surrounding the platform represents a remaining use on your portal.
Yeah, kinda mid pack, not gonna lie.
The burden-back Billy Goat carries all the supplies necessary for a campsite as he travels behind you in battle. When placed in a hideout,
Wait.
instead of roaming
Okay.
around like your other pets, their supplies are deployed, creating a small camp where you can
I thought
access your stash and
you
providing
will
a place to
get
take a
stash
load
access
off while
in
you
maps.
rest next to the campfire. The Verdant Magus series contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Having Faustus sell your items on your behalf is great and all, but sometimes you just want to feel a little bit more shady about your dealings.
What the
The
fuck?
Back Alley Trader hideout decoration is more secretive with your trades, creating distance between you and your customers.
Bro, what the fuck
Note
is
that
this?
until 327 is released, this Back Alley Trader will only serve as your currency exchange. Once it's out, it will be updated to have the new managed shop option to also facilitate your trades.
Okay, this is a fucking meme.
The Verdant Wayfinder pet is a loyal companion to any Master Magus. As you approach waypoints, it envelops them with its vines, guiding you throughout Rayclast. Control Earth and nature itself, as the Great Verdant Magus armor set envelops you in the ancient
Magus.
power now lost to time. There's
I
also a
prefer
matching
this
back attachment
pack
included.
much more than the previous one.
Remnants of the forest ripple out from within you with the Verdant Magus level up effect equipped, restoring life to the
both
corrupted land.
Seem fucking
Call
dog
on an
shit,
ancient
not gonna lie.
golem to use their power to create a safe passage for
But
you
yeah,
to
this
retreat
portal
through
is
with the
weird.
arcane golem portal. As a supreme verdant magus, you can travel to your arcane isle Highland,
Damn!
a cluster
Hideout,
of islands
okay.
held
Ooh,
together by
what the
ancient
fuck, okay.
magic
This
passed
looks
down
cool.
between elite mages. Stand atop your tower and relish the great heights you've reached above those who have not harnessed the arcane. These packs are now available for
We
purchase
do be
on
pondered,
both
yeah.
PC
actually.
and console, and will remain so during
This
Path
is
of
fucking
Exile.
okay.
Keepers
I
of the
might
Flame.
actually think about buying
Additionally,
this, but
any
the hideout is
microtransactions
insane.
from these supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 2. Meanwhile, the Crypt Keeper and Frisian Magistrate packs leave the store forever at the launch of the Keepers of the Flame League. So now's your
I
last
have
chance
the
to
right one.
purchase them.
Actually, imagine how.
Thank you so
this-
much for your ongoing
Thank you
support.
so much. Thank you.
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Thanks for joining us
this
today
is
and checking
this
out
is
our
a really
latest
cool
developments.
league. It seems like.
We're looking forward.
G'day Exiles and welcome to the post-reveal discussion and Q&A
yeah.
with Jonathan and
Path of Exile.
327 Keepers of the Flame, the
Yes,
reveal we
yes.
just had there was,
Oh, wait, no,
I think,
what the fuck, no, this
quite
one.
a banger, but
Oh,
I've been
what
even
is
more
the-
impressed with what I've been playing here in the
This one?
office with some of that, so we'll get into that in a moment.
This one. What the fuck is this?
Like, you know, we're hiring producers at the moment, just by the way.
What
In
the
case anyone's out
fuck
there.
is this, man?
Because they are almost touching.
What the fuck? Affected by poisons, utility flasks are disabled. What the fuck is this? Why? Why is this a thing? I don't think so. Oh wait, it's on. Wait, it's on. Okay. Now let's see. Blade vortex. Okay, no buffs. Cyclone now deals 20% more damage to all gem levels. Jackpot! Added 6 new ring base types that can be found in Keepers of the Flame. Cryonic, what the fuck? Enthalpic ring. Drawing orbs no longer drown the player faster when they have source of the buff on you expire 100% faster. What? It was a thing as well? What the fuck? This is cringe. Why it worked like that before? Spell suppression now prevents 40% of damage from suppressed hits and elements. Wow. What? Why? Oh, they buffed every source of plus percent of suppress. Okay, this is fine. Skill gem changes. Chain hook. Push cyclone meta. Thank you, Grinding Games. Link arrow of prismatic gloves now deal roughly 12% less than. What the fuck? Link arrow of bombarding clones. Clones now roughly. Why? Bone Shatter now deals more damage per trauma. Oh, they actually buffed Bone Shatter. Elemental hit. Now has a base radius of 1.4 meters and attack speed of 120. What the fuck? They actually buffed the hit. That's cool. Fire class mines. Let me pull out a base GIF, by the way. Give me a second. I'll put it like this. Yeah, like this is nice. Okay, what else? I don't care about fucking mines. Storm of Judgment, Rain of Storm Rain, Thunder of Tharus, Winter Orb, Volatile Dead. Okay, actually, besides Cyclone buff, no fucking gem changes at all. They actually, I think they nerfed the CAC, like the meta CAC gems, but overall everything else is pretty fine. We saw Assassin already, so I'm gonna skip it. What the fuck is this? Bro, how? Okay, I don't care about Trickster, I don't care about fucking Minecraft Saboteur. Elementalist, the Leech of the Primordial Notable Ascendancy passive skill now provides 50% increased effect of buffs granted by your golems. Why they nerfed it? I don't care about Necro as well. Pathfinder, this one is interesting. The Master Distiller, useless notable. The Lesson of the Season, notable. Ascendancy passive skill now also has 3% of super spell damage. per bark. Bark skin granted by the mother's teaching, not the best still no longer has one. What the fuck? This is huge. Base crit strike chance of 8.5, previously 9. Then they actually nerfed crit on once for some reason. Ruthless specific changes. Resist sleeper. Okay, that's it. Kinda small. Pregnant Rue emote.